What is up, everybody? Here today in a brand new video. Before we get into it, as always, make sure you click that red subscribe button and tap the bell with post notifications on so you never miss out on any brand new uploads from me. But everybody, let's hop straight into yet another video. So we are here back on my main game, Monster Legends, everybody, to check out a brand new monster, the multiplayer monster of this season, everybody, and that is Fungheratops, everybody, who is the brand new multiplayer corrupted mythic, everybody. And we're going to be testing out his skills today, seeing whether or not he is good, and just all around seeing how he turns out. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So for his evolving trait, everybody, at rank 0, he is an abomination. So that is a good trait to start off with. Which means you have immunity, possession, corruption, nightmares, and bleed. At rank 1, he gains hardened. So he's immune to 20%. So he has a 20% chance of the status effect not landing on him. And at rank 3, he gains status caster, damage mirror at 100%, meaning that any attack that is dealt to him, everybody, the amount of damage that monster does to you is going to be is the same amount of damage that's going to be reflected back at them, everybody. So for relic slots, it looks like he has an essence, which means we can equip him with some Uriel's essence for some for revival, and then Kane's sword is a good one to go with because he gains shield and life from both of it. He has full relic ruin slots on as well, but before we get into also his special is Green Inferno. Deals massive nature damage to all enemies and applies gains as much life as damage dealt and applies bleed and poison all enemies. So a good one. But now let's get on to the feeding portion. And just like that, everybody, we have fed him up to level 100 instantly, everybody. And we are going to be seeing what his skills are. So, okay, so first up, we have Dilosophet. Deals low nature damage to one enemy and applies poison to one enemy. Or we have Ankleo Bomb, everybody. Deals moderate nature damage to all enemies and applies bleed and applies vulnerable to himself. Applies bleed to all enemies and applies vulnerable to himself, everybody. So I'm gonna go over what that vulnerable is about in a second, everybody. But let's just finish up and going over his other skills, and we'll get on to that. So I'll go over in a minute what this vulnerable is and why it is a good thing to have. But yeah, for now, we'll get on to his skills. So next up, we have Tyranno Leech. Deals low dark damage to one enemy and gains as much life as damage dealt. Or we have Triceratops Trainwreck, which deals heavy dark damage to an enemy and applies vulnerable to himself. Next up, we have Enraging Spores, applies taunt to itself. Or we have Extinction Spores, which deals moderate dark damage to all enemies and gains as much life as damage dealt, and applies poison to all enemies. Okay, so we're gonna go with that for now. Next up, we have Hostile Adaptation, applies damage meter and life regeneration to itself. So we are definitely keeping that, everybody. And then we also have Evolutionary Advantage. It applies taunt and increased healing to itself, everybody. So I'm definitely gonna come up here and swap out a skill, one of these skills, for this one, because this one is a good one to have because he is a tanky monster, but yet he does not have taunt as a trait or anything. So we're definitely going to switch it out for that one, everybody. So without further ado, that has finished him off, everybody. I'm going to hold off from applying any relics to him at the moment because I don't exactly have the best life ruins or anything for him. So now we can jump into a battle. I don't know if I can test them out in like in multiplayer mode. So we're just gonna test them out here, everybody, in the dungeons, and see how he does. Go with that. And there we are. Okay, so Fungheratops, everybody. So we're just gonna set all the skills with his skill mirror and turn it over to him. So first up, we have Ankylo Bomb. And also, that vulnerable is as well kicked in, although I was able to reset it using Royal Magus's status status effect. So we can continue to do that, and then the taunt comes into play, as in pretty much everybody. So here's what happens, everybody. So let me go over that vulnerable thing right now. So everybody, so vulnerable, pretty much any damage that is dealt to you, 50% more is done to you when another attack is performed on you, which makes this extremely good for this monster, everybody, especially since he can give himself a damage mirror, everybody, which means the more damage you take, the more damage you're going to deal right back to the person that is attacking, everybody. So that is the deal with why this monster gives him so vulnerable, is because you deal more damage to him and he has that damage meter on. That damage will be fully reflected right back at the person who did it. And it will ignore mega taunts and taunts and other things, everybody. And it will go straight back to the person that dealt the damage. So everybody, that's what I'm testing out here now in multiplayer mode, because I actually feel like he can actually do something. Although I would like to get him with more life, everybody, because this is pretty much like a bit like a big tank, everybody, with Megaton. It's kind of like a Megaton monster, everybody, but it's also like tanky at the same time. So you can definitely give him a lot of life, everybody. And then also he has revival on, so that is another good thing about him, is that he has a revival slot on himself. And see, just like that, I have fully healed myself already with his skills, everybody. I did not even die that round. So everybody, I honestly have no complaints whatsoever about this monster for any reason. He is a good monster. So that is why I'm going to try and take him up to level 150 by the end of this corrupted season, everybody. Hopefully I'll be able to do it. I already have enough to get him to probably rank 2 right now. I have enough of his. I have over 800 of his cells right now, everybody. And to be honest, I can go take him to the monster lab right now and begin ranking him up. So that is something I'm definitely going to go do. But everybody, I honestly do really like this monster. But everybody, as much as I would like to continue going on, that ends off the video, and I will catch you all in another video, everybody. So without further ado, goodbye.